6 9 damn fine. She can sing it to me one more time and roll. Get low, get low, get low, get low, get low, get low.
Hello racing gamers and welcome back to BombersportsPlays NASCAR Heat Evolution, and I warned I'd do this in the last video and I'm gonna damn well do it. Today is the start of BombersportsPlays NASCAR Heat Evolution Championship season. We're gonna mix things up here in this sucker because I'm a bit bored of career mode. We need some time apart really, it's just boring otherwise, it just gets frustrating. So I'd rather do a championship season, and what's useful about this is that there's a lot of different versions of championship season we can do. You can see over there, there's the 6-track, 12-track versions. There's the regulation season you can do, which is a regular Sprint Cup Series season, 36 races, 10 race chase, playoffs, blah, blah, blah. You can just do the chase itself. But the one I think I'm going to do is the one right there in the middle. See, there you go. There's the chase. Round of 16, round of 12, round of 8. Do you remember when they had shitty names like Eliminator Round and Contender Round? But here's the 23-track season. So it's basically one of each track. Like, there's nothing else. There's no repeat visits to any track. It's one of each track. 23 races as opposed to 36, so 13 less. You can see we go through the schedule. It's quite an interesting schedule. It works out quite nicely when you take out the repeats. But also, spot something else. There's no chase in this format. There's no playoffs. It's old school. Anyone fed up of the chase like I am, this is your season. So we're going to do this. 23 race season, regular season, no playoffs. It is simple, pure, old school points racing. Will Matt Kenseth win a race early in the season and then fuck off to the championship victory easily again? Who knows? Anyway, let's pick our driver. It may have been given away a little bit in the intro, but there's plenty of contenders as to who we can go with. Brian Scott, who's just retired, obviously, to have a life of happiness with his family where he doesn't have to get abused by arseholes like me on the internet calling him the most mediocre driver in history. There's loads and loads of drivers. In fact, I did consider this guy for quite a while, ex-Matty D. Simply because look at how many paint schemes for his car. And I haven't paid for any DLC. These are just the free packs. Because Toyota had a big association with this game, them damn imports America coming over here stealing our stock cars. You get loads of free Toyota paint schemes. But in the end, I think I'm going to go with the number 34 you saw in the intro, Chris Buescher, for a few reasons. Number one, we need to save Roush Racing. No pressure or anything. They've just had to offload Chris Buescher to JTG Daughtry Racing next year, a Chevrolet team, and they've had to cut the number 16, and Greg Biffle's left, and a bunch of sponsors have left. But the thing is, Chris Buescher is a really talented driver. And basically what this is get him to the championship win without needing fog. I'm going to think of a catchier name for this series otherwise, but we're going with Chris Buescher. Hell yeah, this is the redemption of Roush Racing, the saving of Chris Buescher out of the fog, out of the mist and into glory. And remember, we're going to have to do this the hard way as well. No chase. So even if we win races, we're just going to have to win more and more and more so we get more points than everyone else. I know! It's such a novel concept. I don't know if you've heard of it before. Another reason we're doing championship season as well. Look at that. 105 difficulty level, no rubber banding. So none of that nonsense. We're going in hard, we're going in raw, and we're going to do this properly. Let's get this thing underway. Obviously starting at Daytona for the Daytona 500. And let's bring the noise, drop the green flag, and let's go. Would also like to point out, still disgustingly ill. As you've probably heard, if any of you watched my Big Rigs Over the Road Racing review. Well, wasn't so much a review as me defecating on that game from a great height, as everyone else has in the world by now. So we're starting shotgun on the field. That was voluntary by me, because I'm crap at Daytona. I can't race in the pack. I don't know why, and I'm not very good at Talladega either. I just get way too antsy and twitchy, and I'm like, there's cars all around me, and I just crash. No one else is crashing into me. I caused the crash myself just by being terrified. It's like my real-life generalized anxiety suddenly comes out in the game in how I drive. But I'm just going to chill at the back. It is 50 laps, still 25% race car. I still think that's a pretty good length for races. Only ×2 wear this time, so there's not quite as many faffing around with pit stops, hopefully. I think it's ×3 in career mode. Is it ×3? I think it's ×3. Anyway, as you can see in the top left, the important thing here is that we can go for about 21, 22 laps on fuel. But I don't know if you remember, was it Daytona I did this? It may have been Daytona. It was some tracks, it was Michigan in career mode. where I just drafted at the back for ages, and I saved myself like 2 or 3 laps worth of fuel. Yeah, there's my vague attempt to even try and pass cars when they're running in a pack. You just can't do it. Like, I'm going back and watching races from back in 2002 for a series coming up on the main Team Bombersports channel, which you'll see very soon. And the plate racing at Daytona is kind of how I remember it. There's a lot more space between the cars. They're still drafting, and they're still running pack-ish, but there's room to move. There's like upwards of like half a car length to a car length between cars at times. And they move up to each other, push, and then move. Like, it's a lot more fluid. Like, my problem with plate racing right now, especially at Daytona, is that it's just a rigid pack of cars. Like, at Daytona, it's literally 2 or 3 trains just running side by side all the time. Great if you're leading, and you can just move left to right and treat it like a massive game of Space Invaders. Go, someone's coming up on my outside, cut them off. Because, like, the air gets all dirty and blur when you try and drive up behind another car. But it's no good if you're back in the back. If you're back in 31st, in the middle of the 3 wide, that's the most terrifying thing ever for a shitty position. It's kind of rubbish. So I kind of miss those days of the old school pack racing. But as you can see, now that the pack is starting to break up just a tiny bit after that early gridlock, we're starting to move forward just a little bit. If it's kind of 2 wide, we're okay. If it's 3 wide, we're in the wall. This is it. We've already been in the wall once, and that was in a straight line. So, yeah. We're going to chill here with X-Mac-D for a bit. Moved up 5 places already. But basically, my basic strategy here is I've got a fast car because I'm using a setup from Knee Pit Gaming, which I will link in the description box below. His setups from NASCAR Heat Evolution are excellent. I'm actually using his Talladega setup because his original Daytona setup was done pre-patch when they were driving a lot slower here. They were like 10 to 15 miles an hour slower than what we're running at right now. So he actually recommended that you use his Talladega setup for both the plate tracks now because it's a lot more comfortable. The original Daytona setup was used for pure speed. So that combined with the fact this is not our career mode car and therefore it doesn't drive like absolute aids no matter what setup you put on it, means we've actually got a pretty damn fast car. But we're just chilling at the back here. We're being patient. Pulling a Joe Gibbs on this sucker. Plus the fact I am ill, so I'm having to conserve energy. There is reserve driver waiting on the wall at the moment. It's Brian Scott. No, Brian Scott's actually still in this race. He's come out of retirement just for this series. So cheers, Brian. Cheers, Baz. Thanks for that. Who could be my reserve driver? Leave a comment down below. No, actually be the real Chris Buescher. He's just sitting there like, why the fuck have I been put out my own ride when I won a race this year? Who the fuck is this dipshit Brit who was last seen running his own team and crashing a lot in career mode? Sorry, Chris. I am running as the manifestation of you as your avatar. This is like Formula 1 2015 all over again, where you couldn't make your own driver. You just picked a real driver. So everyone was like, yay, Max Verstappen, or in Arab's case, Jenson Button, or in Dre's case, Sebastian Vettel, or in no one's case, Lewis Hamilton. So that is a good point. I'm trying to think who my reserve driver... I know! Jeff Burton, bitches. My favourite driver of all time is currently my reserve driver. Well, it's Daytona. NASCAR and Fox are doing the coverage, so it wouldn't be like NBC would be doing anything, so he'd just be chilling. So Jeff is my reserve driver, and he is a former Roush Racing superstar, I'll have you know. So he is ready to take over if my crippling man flu and migraines... Yeah, this shit's got real now. Like, it's not just man flu now, it's like... If any of you have had migraines, they're like super evolved levels of headaches. There's headaches, and then there's migraines. So I've got everything going on. It's all just going to shit. So Jeff Burton is on standby as reserve driver if needed, but we have made 7 laps. I'm pretty sure we'll be okay. So we are now in the middle of a 2-3 wide. Is this a 3 wide scenario? Denny Hamlin's chilling at the back here. Does not surprise me at all. He's a Joe Gibbs driver, so that's exactly what they do at plate tracks. We all know this. But obviously the interesting thing here is how the dynamic will change. Like, this is a modern field, of course. Not always accurate in terms of driver ratings. We know this game's a little bit patchy in places. Hey, Jay nigga. Larson. But it'll be interesting to see how the dynamic changes, because, of course, in career mode, I have been racing with the current playoff system in mind, knowing that we've got 2 wins and we're locked into the chase no matter how mediocre I am from here until Richmond. But here, this is going to be old school. This is a proper championship battle. This is the way we do it. So, with any luck, we'll still get an amazing season finale, and I'll be like, yeah, see, NASCAR, you don't need no stupid chase. Get Monster Energy to get those things the fuck out. Or maybe it'd be really boring and someone will have sewn it up with 5 races to go, and you'll all be like, this is why we can't have non-gimmicky things, Adam. This is why. Anyway, 8 laps in. Soon start lap number 9. We are in 31st. Let's say still chilling. Quite a few big names chilling back here. Brad Keselowski's there as well. Greg Biffle is there. The man I was very close to originally picking to do this career mode. It was going to basically be like the resurrection of Greg Biffle, like saving his career. I was actually a Greg Biffle fan early on in his Cup career. He was one of my boys early in his Cup career, especially in that like 2005 period. Like 2005 was his best season ever in Cup. I don't think he's ever had a better season than that. He was amazing that year. I think he won like 5 or 6. He won something stupid like 4 or 5 races that year. I remember him winning well, it wasn't the Southern 500 that year. It was the Dodge Charger 500 at Darlington. I think he won at California maybe as well, and he won a bunch of other races as well. He was phenomenal that year. I want to say he finished second in the points to Tony Stewart. He was either like second or third. And he had an amazing year. And back then, he was one of my boys. I liked him. Since then, he's just sort of faded slowly, inexplicably downwards. And I hope it seems he's kind of retired. At time of recording, it would seem that he's kind of not really fussed about getting a full-time ride that next year. He's kind of in what I call the V8 Supercar veteran co-driver situation, where like veteran drivers in V8 Supercars can't run full-time anymore, or they don't want to. But they're like, hey, you know what? You're going to need a co-driver for the Bathurst 1000 and the Sandown 500 and the Gold Coast 600. Hey-oh! So maybe Greg Biffle's in that spot, except NASCAR don't have co-driver enduros, so that's a bit of a problem. He could be a road course specialist, I guess. Or he could do the Xfinity thing, but I don't know. I feel like Biffle's one of those guys who's just done it for long enough. He's like, nah, fam, I don't fancy going back to the Xfinity Series. Like, the guys who go back to Xfinity Series... oh, excuse me. Are guys who, like, still harbour an ambition to get back into Cup. Like, you could really see that, especially with Regan Smith and, like, Elliott Sadler now. And, you know, isn't Alex Bowman been running full-time? No, Justin Allgaier has been running full-time. There's still guys who want to get back to Cup. I get the feeling Greg Biffle's been around the block so many times. He's just like, yeah, I'm just happy to go home, put my feet up and pour myself a beer, to be honest with you. So, we'll see. Let me know in the comment section down below. One of many comment topics for this video, along with who my reserve driver should be in the event of crippling migraines taking me out of this race. Let me know, what do you want to see Greg Biffle doing next year? Do you want to see him still in a Cup car? Do you want to see him return? Or do you think his time's up? Do you think it's all over now for him? Kind of all over. Hello, Gert. Gert? He's not Dutch. Hello, I'm Gert Busch. Would you like a spliff? Gert Busch up in here. Oh, God. Excuse me. 12 laps in then. And we are still chilling comfortably at the back here. I would say it's been relatively quiet. Oh, God. I'm starting to get a bit ambitious here. Starting to move up. But as you can see, the pack is slowly breaking up. It's slowly breaking apart bit by bit. We're just tucked behind Matt Kenseth here, up in 26th place. We're already running higher than we did in the entirety of our career mode race here, because we actually have a car with a good engine. We actually have a car with a working engine. It's not running on 6.5 cylinders and some chewing gum and another piston made of Lego. It's an actual engine, guys. This is what 750 horsepower feels like, not 504.6, which is whatever horsepower we were actually producing from that engine in career mode. So we're just chilling. We're slowly working our way up. Like I say, I'm just happy to stay in the draft because I think we're saving fuel here. And as I say, if I can one-stop this race, because out of the gate it says you can do 21 to 22 laps on fuel. That means you're a bit close on fuel. But if we can make it past... Oh! Let me rephrase that. If we can make it through this race without cocking it up and causing a massive wreck, that'd be good. That'd be good. I've just quietly shat myself. Anyway, or very loudly shat myself in that case. But anyway, yes, what I meant to say is if we can save our fuel and stretch it to past 25 laps, we'll be okay to go on one stop. So we'll make this a one-stop race. The least amount of times to hit pit road, the better. It's not like tyre wear's a big deal here, which it isn't. So that should be all right. That should put us in contention. I don't know when the AI pit here. I don't know when their strategy is. If they're running the 20 to 22 lap principle, then that puts us in a pretty damn good position because they'll pit twice. We pit once. Ergo by that, Matt. Yay, win for us. Anyway, 14 laps in, and it's time for my first sip of tea. Oh my God, that is a good tea. That's a good tea. Past Adam. You made a fucking good cup, damn good cup of tea there. Man, holy shit, that's a good cup of tea. In fact, I'm gonna have another sip. Oh my God. Oh, yes. Oh man. Excuse me over here while I have a tea-gasm. Anyway, Regan Smith, what are you doing up here? He's just chilling. He's one of many drivers whose team is just non-existent for next year. Because the charters are such a good system, guys. They're encouraging new people into the sport. Yeah, they're also encouraging most of you backmarkers currently there to fuck off because they can't afford it. I mean, at the moment, I'm pretty sure Tommy Baldwin Racing shut down next year, isn't it? IRL, I mean, here, he's still chilling with us. Which is a shame for a team that has, of course, won a NASCAR Sprint Cup Series race. That race being the Abbott Aylestorm at on my old stop-motion track. It counts. That's legit to me. It's still real to me, damn it. Anyway, that reminds me, I still have a stop-motion track to finish building as well. Hey, I'm just dropping all of the big bombs for my main channel here, aren't I? But yeah, Regan Smith's still there. Yeah, as far as I know, Tommy Baldwin has ceased operations IRL. H. Scott Motorsports are shutting down now, so that's 3. And even if you take, the 16 Roush team's going away, but that's countered by the fact they're lending that charter to JTG Daughtry Racing. It's like a big game of Pokemon, really, with these charters. Except with millions and millions of dollars being spent. Oh, whoa! Holy gee! Oh! What the hell are you doing, Brad? Whew. I time out. Time out there for a second. Hello, I'm Adam at Daytona International Speedway, and what just happened? No, seriously, what just happened? Like, half the field pitted out of nowhere a good 3 to 4 laps early, and then Brad Keselowski sideswiped us. That's a weird thing that the AI does. Like, there's certain tracks where the AI stops giving a fuck at crucial moments. Like, Dover is a big one. Like, if you're on the inside into turn 1 at Dover, you'll get cut the fuck off. It doesn't matter if, like, it's almost as if the AI spotters go, there is a car low, but fuck him. He's a human driver. So, lads, why are you all... I'm leading. Alright, I'm leading the race. I'm leading the race now. Oh god, now everyone's coming back onto the track. Stop blending. I swear you're supposed to stay down below the yellow line until the back straight. That's another thing that has probably needed some work in this game. The way the AI blend back onto the track, which is not good at all. Hey, Michael McDowell, you've got a seat for next year, haven't you? I think you have. This first episode's basically become NASCAR Silly Season for the NASCAR Monster Energy Premiership, Premier League, maybe Cup Series, maybe not, 2017. Wow. I just hit the wall on my own. You see what I mean about how shit I am at plate tracks? I just crashed on my own. Paul Menard is looking at me like, really? 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 Are you real? Are you for real? But yeah, as I was saying earlier, at Dover, they'll cut you the fuck off on the inside. Here, if you're on the inside in the tri-oval, sometimes they'll just sideswipe you. Really weird, as if you're not there. Very odd. Tri-ovals... Tri-ovals in general in this game are a bit risky. We've seen it at other tracks like Charlotte, Texas, everything like that. Oh, Mikey, do you wanna pick it up? Pick it up. I'm in a ska song. I'm in a Real Big Fish song now. Everybody's doing the fish. Yeah. Anyway, enough 90s punk kid. I am a 90s punk kid. I can't help it. Menard, stay there. Yeah, can you not do that thing? Thank you. You just gotta be very... If you're side by side with someone in the tri-oval, you gotta be so careful. Oh, Ryan, whoa. That was a bit close. Oh, excuse me. Also, I can't remember your name on Twitter or your YouTube username, but the guy who was relentlessly for about the last 3 weeks been tweeting me and commenting on every video saying, in the new NASCAR Heat Evolution free pack, there's Matt Tiff DLC where he has paint schemes and a new spotter pack for free. You should try it. Well, guess what? Matt Tiff is my spotter for this race. And so far, I like it. I kind of like it in that Tiff kind of makes it sound more like an actual spotter would sound. Like Bobby Labonte sounds more like someone pretending to be a spotter, if that makes sense. Like a sort of, here's what a spotter would say right now. Oh, Carlo, oh, that was a great lap. Yeah. And you're sort of like, oh, it's Bobby Labonte. It's a race driver. But Matt Tiff's a race driver as well. I don't know, like he seems to have more of a sort of credible spotter's voice. Like you could imagine hearing it for realsies on like Radioactive or something. So I like it so far. I can't say it's any more informative, but I think I'm just got so used to driving in this game now to work out that you have to pay attention most of the time yourself as to where someone's still alongside you, because the spotter won't tell you. Not very detailed in this game. Anyway, I would just like to point out, you know, I said earlier about how we're going to go long on this first stint. We're going so long that we are literally now on a lap of our own. We've lapped up to 16th place, and we're running in a pack all by ourselves. We are leading this thing effortlessly, so this could work very nicely. For once, I want David Hoots to just pass out. I want David Hoots not to wake up. That sounds pretty grim in a way. But I mean, not wake up from his nap. Like, he can wake up once the checkered flag's fallen. That's what I mean. Anyway, I just kind of want it to go green the rest of the way. Although, I don't think I've ever made a green flag pit stop here in this game. I don't remember making a green flag stop in career mode. Oh dear. So that might be a little bit nerve-wracking. But we have 28 laps to go and still 4 laps worth of fuel. So that should take us easily up to just past halfway. So we are right on fuel strategy right now. This is good stuff so far. This race is entirely going to plan so far. I know, that's a very odd thing to say. Also, look who it is! 3, 2, 1. Fuck my voice being knackered because I've got a cold, I don't care. Halloween! I definitely need tea after that. I did also consider playing as Trevor Bayne in this career mode, just for that reason alone. But I decided not. I'm helping save Roush Racing by driving as one of their affiliate cars and one of their development drivers. I'm helping the next generation of Roush guys. I mean, you guys, y'all suck. Well, Keselowski, you don't. You're pretty good. As cup drivers go, you're alright. Oh god, this is something So I'm always crap at... Because again, the spotters are generally quite bad at telling you when you're clear, or sometimes they'll be like, clear low, and then just as the guy on the inside makes a run to be back, to get his nose back alongside. And I'm so crap at, like, being in the middle at this track, I'm terrible at. Like, when there's cars around me, I just keep twitching. So, like, you've seen me when I'm running up against the wall, I'm in the wall. Like, that's non-negotiable. And I just get this horrible thing. If I'm alongside a car, I'm, like, starting to come down, and I start to think I'm clear, but I'm not, and I'm like, please be clear! Because the spot's not telling me. And I get really high-pitched. So, we got 3 laps of fuel. We've got 26 laps. We're on lap 25 now, and we've still got 3 laps of fuel worth to go. So, I mean, let's just keep going. We've saved so much fuel here, guys. This will literally be our only stop. If everything goes to plan, I know that's a bit of a stretch, but... things are going quite well so far. I believe we have the fastest lap of the race as well, so pretty good. Pretty good. This is on 105 AI, no rubber banding. You saw that. I showed it at the start of the video. Made it very clear, no rubber banding in this career mode at all. And we are past halfway, and we still have 2 laps worth of fuel. Let's just keep going. Let's stretch it out. So it also means we can afford to run faster, maybe without drafting as much in the second half of the race. We've still got to think that in mind as well. Maybe we won't get this same fuel economy for the second half of the race. It's fuel economy and fuel strategy with AJ. Isn't this so fun? And the fuel lights just come on. I know. Maybe Matt Tiff's going to have the same sort of law on fuel. Thanks, arse hat. I know. There's a big light on my dashboard that tells me so. That's why they invented digital dashboards. The robots are taking your jobs. As opposed to the immigrants that you all hate. Oh, anyway. I may actually rile up some of the fans in the grandstands. Anyway, we're chilling behind Clint Boyer at the moment, but we're leading, and he's almost going a lap down. So, I also found it hilarious, by the way. We have a caution. We do have a caution. Now, what do? Well, it's a given, really. We pit. Jay McMurray and Clint Boyer are also pitting. Now, this is quite useful because it means even if a load of other people don't pit, look at that. We've lapped up to 8th place, so we're only going to fall as low as, like, 8th. So, let's get some fuel in this car, and we'll go to the end. We will go to the end, and hopefully this caution will also help us on fuel mileage as well. Everything is coming up Millhouse so far. I like this. So far. We've still got a while to go in this race. Remember the last Daytona race in career mode? That was going pretty well. Until it didn't. But yeah, by the way, did anyone notice how happy Clint Boyer was when Homestead rolled around? He was like, finally! The end of the season is here. And everyone's like, we all know why you're happy, Clint. It means you're finally shot of that stupid, shitty H. Scott car and you're going to a Stuart Haas racing car that's going to be halfway competitive. Yay for you. Your career's finally about to come out of the doldrums. He's basically had the Casey Kane 2012 season. No, 2011 season. When Kane spent that one random year at Red Bull. When he had the contract for Hendrick for 2012, but he didn't have a ride for 2011, so he just went to Red Bull. Also, I would just like to point out, number one, we're in the pack, so this is going to end horribly. It just is. Oh, I'm already bouncing off Jamie McMurray. That's not going to happen. Oh, God. Where are we going? Number two, can I just point out, you may have seen him alongside us on the restart. Brian fucking Scott! Great Scott! What is Baz doing up here? In fact, both the RPM cars are doing pretty well. Richard Page is representing up here. Arik Almirola, the Bacon Traders up here. We've got 32 laps to go and 21 laps of fuel. Maybe more, probably more, 22, 23. So we should be more than all right on fuel. Now it's a flat-out race to the finish. And we're up the front now, so we've worked ourselves toward the front. Track position is key here. And usefully, I think it's because more of my derpy driving, we're kind of breaking the pack up a little bit, which is fine by me. Maybe we'll see. Oh, no, we're going 3 wide. That's not an idea. That's not a thing I'm cool with. I'm just going to back out of that now. You have to really pick and choose your battles here. Also, at this point, if you're wondering why I paused, someone buzzed at the buzzer for my block for my house. They were community outreach people, community service offenders trying to sell me toys. Having dealt with them, I came back, and then that happened. So thanks a lot, random twats from the estate. I don't care if you are on community service or probation. Don't buzz my house again while I'm trying to record. Thank you. Anyway, I also had to pause a bunch of other times as well. I think you might see a little cut in a minute where I had to do all of that. But luckily, for my now mandatory once hitting of the wall at Daytona, I have to at least hit the wall once when I'm on the outside. It just happens. That's just what I do at Daytona. Night follows day. Death and taxes are inevitable. And me hitting the wall at Daytona. They're all just things that happen in our lives. Anyway, I need more tea. What it does also mean is I've accidentally broken the pack up. So, although interestingly, that's a lot bigger than just 15 cars, that lead pack. I think there's some lap cars in there as well, which is just adding to the fun. It kind of reminds me of the days when before they had the double file restart rule. There's some more pausing. Yeah, the buzzer went off a bunch more times because people can't take the hint. Yeah, like it reminds me of the old days. Do you remember that? Well, I say the old days. This was only, when was the rule brought in? 2009? Double file restarts came in 2009, and haven't they worked really well and smoothly since then? Note sarcasm drenched all over it like Nutella spread over a slice of toast. Oh man, I know what I'm eating when I finish this recording. Anyway. And you remember how it used to be where you'd have the lead lap cars restart single file, and then on the inside you'd have all the lap down cars. That was fun for some derpiness on restarts at certain tracks. That was hilarious, especially at Bristol, where the fastest line around the racetrack is the inside, and yet the slowest cars on the track had it. I always thought that was hilarious. I was like, wow, the slowest cars on the track now occupy the fastest line. So, we're still chilling here. We're just moving back up a little bit, past Joey Logano. Chilling behind Ricky Stenhouse Jr., AJ Allmendinger's running well. Is Allmendinger on the lead lap, or is he one of the lap cars? Well, I guess we're about to find out. Hopefully, once we pass Stenhouse Jr., we'll find out. Stenhouse Jr., but not the most popular Jr. by some distance. Yeah, I'm getting curious about that. Is Allmendinger actually on the lead lap? If he is, this is an amazing run for him. Although, whoa, holy shit. Wow, 36, lap 36? 14 laps to go and people are pitting for a second time? That's ridiculous. Well, I mean, it helps me, because surely that puts me in a window with those other two people who pitted under the last caution, which would have been, what was it, Jamie McMurray and Clint Boyer? This is going to turn into quite a weird race at this point. It's already quite a funky lineup up front. It's your classic kind of Daytona 500 where it's an unexpected, you know, guys you wouldn't normally expect to be running up front are up there, and it's all a bit of a mixed up grid, and we haven't had a massive wreck yet. Emphasis on yet. So this could get interesting, you know, and there's now 3 of us running what I call the Greg Biffle strategy, where we just don't pit under green for a second time and just keep going to hopefully the end. Well, Austin Dillon's just gone. I love the fact they just turn and they just go, bye. See you later, I'm going to pit. It's like a massive Doppler effect. You suddenly see them just slow down, disappear off to your left. We are now running 9th. We're back in the top 10. It's been a pretty good run so far, and we're building towards a pretty dramatic finish here. Got about 13 laps to go here, and I need more too. Well, Stenhouse, you probably slowed down there. What's going on? In fact, what is going on in general up here? Excuse me, what is going on with my nose? I just don't know. I don't knows. I don't knows anything. Who knows how shit these jokes can get? I knows, so I'm going to stop. Oh my God! Holy shit! Holy bazooka butt nuggets! What? That! Oh, there's a lot of poo! A lot of poo just sprayed everywhere. Christ on a bicycle, that was close. Looked like Brad Keselowski was slowing down to get on pit road. Someone sideswiped him right in front of us. There was almost an almighty wreck right in front of us. Oh, there's our answer. Oh, Allmendinger. Please. Someone at DMR, please save AJ Allmendinger in game. Please. I beg of you. He's my boy. I demand his improvement of AI rating now for boys worldwide, including Shane Van Gisbergen, my chief boy, who just won the V8 Supercars Championship this past weekend. And no, I didn't have tears in my eyes when he won the championship. You did. You lying. Oh, God. Oh, just everything about these pit stops is just terror on toast. Oh, and I can tell you right now, that's not a good topping for toast. Oh, crikey. Oh, God. More puffs of smoke. Oh, hey, Ricky Stenhouse. Thanks for nearly causing me to have a fucking heart attack a lap ago. Oh, God. Now Allmendinger's just tanking for no reason. And also, where are the leaders? Well, the only two guys who have now stayed out seem to be Jamie McMurray and Clint Boyer just ahead of us. And Ryan Blaney might still be out, but I'm not sure if he's pitted or not. He's showing us 10 seconds behind us. So, in theory, in fact, Blaney's dropping quite... Oh, yeah, he's pitted now. He has to have pitted now. Excuse me. So, if I've got this right, there's now only 3 of us who haven't pitted a second time and are trying to go to the end. They are Jamie McMurray, Clint Boyer, and me, Adam Chris Buescher Johnson, with Jeff Burton on standby should my migraine become too crippling. And it is pretty bad. It has been pretty bad all day. And the leaders are side by side in front of us. So, here we go. We're coming to, what will this be, 9 laps to go. Oh, this is about to get a bit tense. Little bit nervy. Hello, McMurray. That doesn't work. Why did I do that? Oh, God, what the fuck was that? Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, God. And guess what, folks? That isn't a fucking caution. Because a car literally flying over the catch fence isn't a caution. Wow, if I thought championship season would fix the shitty caution detection, I was so wrong. Firstly, let's just go back to the fact that Paul Menard just swerved in front of us because Ryan Blaney was doing about 12 miles an hour because, as I said earlier, the AI don't know how to blend correctly off a pit road on this track. Number 2, he then wrecks, seems to glitch off the apron, I think got hit by someone else, and blew up over the catch fence. Like, literally, he's over there somewhere. He's in the parking lot with the RVs right now. He's just done was it Cale Yarborough who had that famous crash at Darlington in, I want to say, 1961, where he just vaulted over the barrier at one end of the track and disappeared off into the parking lot, upside down, in flames. He's just done that. And, no caution. Yeah. Nothing more needs to be said. Anyway, we seem to have got away relatively scot-free, except for the fact that the leaders we were just quite close behind are now 5 fucking seconds up the road. Shout out to Paul Menard and Ryan Blaney. Shout out for Paulie Dangerous, or Paulie Upside Down, Paulie Spaceman. Shout out to my teammate as well for being unhelpful. You're landing. Ironically, at this point, I'm doing like the NASCAR 08 drafting slingshot thing, Just draft someone and then slingshot, draft someone and then slingshot. Hey, Ryan Ellis, how you doing? Hey, X-Mac-D. It's the BK Racing bros. The broskies. They're like the hype bros. In ways I can't describe off the top of my head. I just want to see X-Mac-D. That's it, X-Mac-D. Matt DiBenedetto, I think in my head, looks a little bit like Zack Ryder. Maybe less jacked. And with less silly hair. And maybe he doesn't shout, woo, woo, woo. Or maybe that's exactly what he was shouting when he got that 6th place at Bristol. He just got out of the car. Matt DiBenedetto, how do you feel? You just scored 6th place at the Food City 500. Woo, woo, woo. That'd be amazing if the crowd started going, woo, woo, woo. Anyway, we're still picking our way through cars. This is a massively tense end to the race potentially here. We've got like 5 or so laps to go, and the leaders are just up there. Oh, Larson's on our inside. Oh God, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. 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 Oh, it was all going so well. But can we just appreciate, in amongst all that, he threw a caution. Somebody flying out of the racetrack altogether. No caution. That was a caution. I mean, it was a caution, but I don't see why some cars hitting the wall was a caution and someone literally flying into space wasn't. Anyway. Right, well, our grand strategy to catch the leaders has fucking failed, hasn't it? Because I'm a twat who can't keep it in a straight line and can't keep it on the high side above another car. I can't plate race to save my pissing life. And now everyone's in a big block of cars, so this is going to end disastrously. Brian Scott, what are you doing? You absolute plank. We're back 24th, but at this point, I don't care. It's overtime. And ironically, winning is more important than ever, because if you lose points this early, you can't get them back with a points reset. So Brian France, his brain is being melted right now as I'm going all out attack. But why is everyone so slow? Brian Scott, you were being not average for a while. What happened? Did you like loan your talent for 5 minutes? And you have to like give it back like a library book? Is that what happened? Oh, see what I mean? This is the problem with Daytona. Everyone's just in 2 trains. Choo-choo, all aboard the train of disappointment. Which if you're sitting in 23rd, it's no good because you can't fucking pass anybody. No, you know what? Fuck this. I'm going for it. I am going for it. Just try and salvage something from this race. A top 20 will do at this point. Greg, you're not even on the lead lap. Get the fuck out of my way. Greg. Oh, Greg, we're going for it. We're going for it. 3, I think that may have been 4 wide. I don't care. 20th. 19th. 3 wide again. Hillebane and Danica. Coming through the tri-oval for the penultimate time. Here we go. Danica's just moved us onto the fucking apron for... Oh, you absolute stupid pile of shit. What the fuck was that? There's cars flying through the air again. Everybody's wrecked. There's no fucking caution. Keep going. Come on, lads. Keep going. Stupidest end. Stupidest finish to a Daytona 500 ever. David Hoos must have thought that was the checkered flag, and it's not. Oh, hi, Danica Patrick. The person who just caused me to wreck half the fucking field. You can piss off. Think I'm letting you through? Fuck out of here. You just sideswiped me in the tri-oval for no reason, you absolute pile of useless, blithering piece of shitty mediocrity that the internet says is shit, Fox Sports is in love with. To be honest, I've always defended you straight down the middle, saying you're not as bad as people say, and you're not as good as other people say, but after that, you're an absolute pile of wank. Someone's limping to pit road. We are coming to the finish line. Fuck it, I'm going through the grass, I don't care. And I've wrecked Danica going across the start-finish line. Fuck it, that's an appropriate way to end this race. I think Casey Mears just got wrecked as well. And he saves it. No, it's come back. I think he's just wiped out Danica Patrick. He may have just done that. Oh my God. Oh man, what a crazy finish to that race. Literally 10 laps to go, it was setting up to be an absolute thriller. From 5 laps to go, it went full pants on head retarded. And I kind of found it hilarious. 2 massive wrecks with no cautions. One which did have a caution. And in the end, we could have won, but we finished 19th, which is still better than how we did when we were here for career mode. So, swings and roundabouts. Oh my God! Our teammate won! Yes, Landon Castle! Landon Castle's won the Daytona 500. Eric Jones second, Chase Elliott third, Bobby the Bonte fourth, Dale Jr. fifth, Tyler Reddick got top 10. Oh, yes. Oh, it's all worth it. That was amazing. What a crazy finish to this race. Well, I guess that wreck I had near the end probably wiped out a load of the lead runners. And Landon Castle, well, as we fell, the other Front Row Motorsports car rose to the field and took victory. Landon Castle is your Daytona 500 champion. Somewhere, Dylan Godin is watching this video, absolutely marking the fuck out. Oh my god, look at all this. Look at the state of all this back here. Paul Menard finished only 3 laps down. So, I'm assuming what happens is he managed to land on his wheels outside of the track, do a Kimi Räikkönen, drive down the skate road, drive back through the parking lot, drive through the supporters tunnel underneath the track, back into the garage area, get his car repaired, and then get back onto the track again. Well done, mate. Well done, that's pretty impressive. So at the end of an absolutely crazy Daytona 500, we did get beaten to the line by Danica Patrick, which is mildly annoying, but we're still ahead of her in points, so I don't care. And we finished 19th, which, as I said, still far better than we did in career mode here. Oh my god, what a race. Fuck off, Kyle Busch. I'm still celebrating. I'm going to get drunk with my teammate. What a result. So we're 18th after the first round at Daytona, which is one of our tracks that I'm shit at. I'm crap at the plate tracks no matter what. Our car was really good, though. And I'll tell you what, I think even though at the time I was annoyed with how the end of the race went, it was pretty crazy. Now, I still had a blast. That race was still really good fun. So I think it's justified my decision to do championship season for now. At least if the car is... I mean, look at the fucking cautions. They haven't improved any, let's be honest. No stupid rubber banding, though. The AI generally a bit more of a challenge, but still more fun because they're not rubber banding and taking the piss. And most importantly, the car's actually fun to drive. So that was great fun to do. See you next time out in Atlanta. Thank you guys so much for watching. Comment down below. Subscribe if you have not already. And also, do something a little bit special for me. Good friend of mine and a good friend of the podcast I host, Elizabeth Worth, at Elizabeth_Worth on Twitter. Go give her a tweet hug, basically. She's having a rough time of it with shit I know and have run through before myself. Sucks absolute donkey shit. So, tweet her and say you're giving her a hug from me. Tell her I sent you. So, meantime, I will see you guys next time on BombersportsPlays. For now, I'm off for lie down in a dark room with Lemsip. Bye.